What's up, YouTube? My second video in the Tier 1 discussion, post Shining Darkness. The deck I'm going to talk about is probably the deck that is most consistent, and in my opinion, it's the best deck by a very slim margin. That deck is, you can see it right here. You probably expect this video to come up soon. X-Sabers, or depending on what card that you have, X-Sabers. What the hell is the difference between a X-Saber and a XX-Saber anyway? I don't even know. We just call them Sabers. X-Sabers, they're the deck that a lot of people will probably be running for Chicago. I see my boy Dale Bolito jump ship from Infernities to X-Sabers. I think it's because a lot of people like having a little more control, a little less obvious of a win condition. And X-Sabers are probably... one of the reasons that they're so good is, well, not probably, without a doubt, they're the hardest deck to counter because they have so many key elements that help them win. X-Sabers are a lot like Glads in the sense that, they're a whole bunch of different monsters that have really good effects. Certain effects are good in certain situations, and you kind of have to use that to basically win the game. Use certain effects in different situations. They don't have the access to just use them at will as quick as Glads do, but you have a whole bunch of role players. That's basically X-Sabers. X-Sabers don't particularly need one card to win. They're not like Infernities where you say, well, I need that launcher, or Lightsworn where I need that JD to win 90% of your games. I mean, even with Glad Beast, I mean, a lot of times you do need the contact at least once for Grizaris. I mean, if not, you can still win games, but not all the time. And X-Sabers don't need one card at all. When Emmer's Blade and what's it called, Saberhole came out, I think they came out in the same set, probably Absolute Power Force or something like that. And Roy St. Clair topped. A lot of people looked at Saberhole and they were like, oh my goodness, this card is so broken. They're always going to run 3. If you don't, you're a noob. And now you see a lot of X-Sabers top in regionals that don't even run Saberhole at all. So it just shows you that there's no one card that completely dictates the deck or that makes or break this deck. I mean, I think personally you can get away with running like one Emmer's Blade and probably still easily be competitive and top. Not even Dark Soul. Not even Dark Soul. I say that because you can still OTK someone, or you can still double air bellum them and put them so far in the hole that Dark Soul becomes a non-issue. And then on top of that, there's their OTK, which is it's fairly consistent. It's not like Infernities where like you draw 1 out of every 3 hands. First 2 turns you have the OTK. But and the OTK I'm talking about obviously is the Gotham's Loop, because it leaves you so far in the hole. One card versus a Gotham's and a few other cards. It's basically an OTK because there ain't no coming back from that. When you can draw that, maybe 1 out of every 6 games within the first 2 hands, within the first 2, I'm sorry, not hands, but turns, I mean, it's basically free wins. And I say that makes a big difference because look at it this way. If you go into a medium size tournament, like a 8-round regionals, I mean, if you draw the Gotham's Loop 1 out of every 6 hands, that's pretty good. It might not be it might not be consistent. I mean, 1 out of 6 hands, but it might be 1 out of every 8. And if it's a free win, it's a free win. And that's always good to have in your arsenal. And with Dark Soul, it just got even better because now you can search Fall Draw. Another reason X-Sabers are so good is because they can really switch gears in the middle of a game. Because of the addition of Dark Soul and Emmer's Blade, the deck has legitimate defense now. It doesn't have to overload on traps like Gladiator Beasts do, because if they set a card and you just attack it, I mean, you might think, oh, I'm going to kill, X-Saber and make advantage, but you're really not. I mean, you kill a Dark Soul or you kill a Emmer's Blade, and it's kind of like Zombies last format. You could be potentially setting yourself up to get either OTK'd or just drop kicked out of the room. I mean, like if you would have killed a Goblin Zombie last format and, next turn they OTK you. So X-Sabers have that ability, which means they kind of remind me of like last format Zombies, to be completely honest. When you throw all those things together, it's just a really hard deck to stop, And I say this because even with the sideboard, a lot of people look at Oppression. A lot of people look at Thunder King Ryo and stuff like that. Those are my choices to stop the deck. But with everybody running Dust Tornado and they still have removal and stuff like that, it can get really difficult to stop the deck, because you can't really focus on shutting down one card. You know, it's very hard to shut down the entire deck. If you shut down special summons, well, they still have Airman's Play, well, they still have Bogart Knight, which is a 1900 beat stick, and it's just all types of nutty stuff. So the fact that the deck can also explode while under Cold Wave, you know, also is just an added bonus. I mean, Cold Waving an X-Saber deck basically does nothing to them, because they don't really need their spell and traps to, you know, do their thing. So X-Sabers are very good. I think they're the most consistent deck, and I think they're the hardest deck to side deck against. There aren't really that many good options. If there was like an Earth Imprisoning Mirror, then I'd be like, okay, X-Sabers ain't that great. You know, X-Sabers aren't, you know, better than Infernities or whatever. But there aren't that many side deck answers. You know, a lot of people have questioned what the hell does consistently beat X-Sabers in the side deck, and when you think of it, please tell me, because I don't know. So that's my video. Guys, one little message or one little quick note. Tomorrow is my birthday. Holla, you know. So I don't want anything, although, you know, if you guys just out of the kindness of your heart want to send me some Infernity Barriers, that would be sweet, because I kind of want to play the Infernity deck. But I'm just saying, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please just go ahead and do so. I have a lot of videos. You know, I've got a video with 1,700 views, a video with 2,600 views, and I got like 700 subscribers. So something don't really add up, you know. So and if you're already subscribed to my channel, just tell someone you know to subscribe. Hell, make a second account and subscribe with that. I don't really care. Just, you know, subscribe if you like my stuff, and if not, then why are you watching this anyway? Peace, guys. Check out the third video, and I will give a shout out to anyone who can tell me what my third video deck is before I post it. Peace.